I think it's very frustrating when you're someone who spends every day immersed in the scientific data and evidence for homeopathy. If you hear that somebody has decided to stop funding it as part of their National Healthcare Service, or you found out they're putting some barrier to patients accessing it, it's very frustrating because we see the value of homeopathy as reported by patients. You can see that in the most basic studies, these observational studies where you give patients questionnaires about their symptoms and you see their symptoms disappearing under treatment and they're happy and they're satisfied with their treatment. You feel like this is such basic research, but it's showing the value, and we have that kind of data already. I mean, we have that. So you think at the very lowest level of evidence, we tick the boxes already to say homeopathy is clearly helping patients, the patients are happy using it. So that should be enough in a way. Then you start to factor in all the challenges of healthcare in 2025. So we've got problems with antimicrobial resistance, we're meant to be using fewer antibiotics, we've got problems with polypharmacy, where patients are on far too many drugs. You have one person on 8 different medications, all contradicting each other and confusing each other. It's really challenging times. Then you've got cost, so you've got spiraling drug bills. Then you have a problem, certainly in the UK, nobody can get to see a doctor. It's almost impossible. And they say, oh, there's a wait time of 2 weeks for a child with a fever. That happened to my neighbour the other day. And you're thinking there's something horribly wrong here. So when we know as homeopaths and homeopathic researchers that this medicine does help people and we have a growing evidence behind it, then I feel like people should be taking a very serious look at it, and looking at it not in a sort of aggressive fashion of you prove yourselves to us, in this kind of negative way. It should be, okay, tell us what you think you can do. Let's listen to this. You're saying you can help people. You're saying it's relatively cheap. You're saying it's extremely safe. And you're saying this is what it can do. Then I want to hear this. We absolutely need more research in homeopathy, because even though we have a substantial clinical evidence base now, we have over 300 controlled clinical trials, and that's now well recognized even by the authorities, if you like. Those studies are scattered over far too many medical conditions. So right now a study has just come out looking at just 254 of those clinical trials. Those are spread across 136 different medical conditions. So you can do the maths and see that we have a problem there, that it means there's between 1 and 2 trials per condition on average. And in an era of evidence-based medicine, it's not just the quality of your studies that counts, of the individual trials, it's how many you have, how much data you have. You need a sort of threshold level of quantity and quality of data to get to the point where people are convinced, oh yes, there's really something here, yes, we can recommend this, yes, we can fund this. So HRI is doing everything we can do to encourage people to invest in more clinical research, but highly targeted, focusing on certain areas where we already have some evidence saying it works. Say, could you replicate that study again? Could you take this a step further, perhaps with a larger number of patients, really to go from something that's promising to something that's conclusive? What I would like to see most for homeopathy is the homeopathic research being taken seriously. And what I mean by that is just assessed in the same way as everybody else's research, just perceived with an open mind, someone who knows nothing just saying, okay, let's see your data, without a sort of resistance to that concept, without prejudice, without a negative immediate reaction. So I'm really looking forward to the day when we have a paradigm shift where when you talk about homeopathy research, it's not controversial. It's not a big deal. It's just very normal. It's just medicine. And you talk about your trials to say, oh yes, it works for this, it doesn't work for that, and it is no big drama. I would really love to see the debate and the drama and the emotion taken out of this subject.